Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this event today and also in time. I would like to use a few minutes to wait for some other people who will be joining. Let's say give us 5 minutes. Make sure everyone comes in and we don't start and leave anyone behind. So please just give us the 5 minutes and we'll be starting right away. All right. Without further ado, we will be starting right now. I've sent an email to everyone to access the files. I will also drop that in the chat right now. The file that we used for training is important that you have it downloaded before the time when the trainer who will be taking the analytics section will be coming up. So for now, I would introduce everyone from my side. I have the first speaker, CG, here. He'll be taking us on the introductory session. I have Sylvester, who will later take us through the analytics section. I have Felix. I have Wing and a number of the team who will be taking us a little bit on some applications that will be important for HR professionals too. All right, and the chat box is open. If you want to drop a comment, use the chat and just drop anything that you want. If it's a question, you can just drop it there. They will answer you from there. I would also be activating the audio option for everyone. So if you want to speak during the time of the training, you can, especially for the question and answer session, you can use the raise hand icon on the top of the screen. You use that to raise your hand, and you can be called upon to, ask your question directly. If you also want to avoid that, you can just use the chat. So just type in the chat now, so you can see what's on your screen. Finally, if there be any question that is very, very crucial at the end of the call, we'll still have the time to do two or the Q&A. So if it doesn't, hi in the chat, or just let me know, and I will do that from my side to make sure that you are able to speak. All right, I'll be handing over to CG now. And again, this particular call is not recorded. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ayo. Please confirm you can hear me. Felix, can you please confirm you can hear me, or any of the Lotus Without team? Can you confirm you can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, excellent. I welcome everyone to this call. It's a great event. It's an impactful event. If we listen to the end, and why are we doing this? We are, of course, Lotus Beta Analytics is an
Right.
IT company. We should introduce ourselves later on. But why are we talking about data today? It's because data supersede emotions. It's important we take cognizance and keep records of our data, and because it's very, very useful to our day-to-day as a professionals there in the HR space, and any of the few functional areas of the business is very, very, very important. We take this, and there are trends to things, and things before earlier. I'm thinking the year 2000s, we use Excel to data, and that's what we call Power BI now. That it makes data analysis quite easy, more impactful, more insightful. And as in HR, you deal with humans change, and it's better you get insight. Rather, don't work on emotions. You rather work with data. If I can give it, and where should you keep data? Is quite very important. You keep your data safe and you have a record. Sometimes is another thing to having true for data, and it's another thing keeping this data. If I ask some of us today now, if I say what did you eat yesterday night, some of us could say it. But if I ask you what you ate 5 days ago, you might not be able to. So that's the essence of record keeping. So record keeping helps us to keep our data and make it useful. So you keep records of exit entries, attritions, which departments has higher attrition, which are pay more, what are the businesses we should focus on, which are departments and all. So it's quite very important we keep our data and make use of our data. We see quite a lot of the HR department not making use of their data, not taking, just having keeping it, whereas they can get something from it. And also in the reporting side of it, it's very, very important, when you want to present your data to the management and want to lobby some of the benefits for staff, it's better you use data, not just speaking out of your head or probably on a sheet. And so that's why there's essence for dashboard for easy understanding. So that's what we'll be talking. We have Mr. Sylvester here, who's a data and a SharePoint specialist, and quite a lot of people. We have Idris, and Siriu, we have Bitram, Owera, and quite a lot of more other people, joining us, to make sure this session, this training session is very impactful. And also we have people from our business solution team who are very, very vast, who are developers, who have come up with solutions that make HR work easier. time to in terms of the HRMS to attendance solution where you don't have to have a physical contact with the solutions and recruitment. Lot of solutions that helps HR, to grow, to make work easy. For example, works that takes 10 days to do. You can imagine doing it in 2 hours, and or probably works that require 5 people and only one person. You save cost, you save time. And these are the very, very important factors in businesses: time and cost. So it's very, very important. So I'll pass the mic to Mr. Sylvester now. He will be sharing his screen. He will be talking to us. Please, if you have any question or something, you have any difficulty on understanding, please just raise up your hand and you'll be called. Thank you so much. Mr. Sylvester, are you ready for us?
Yes, thank you very much, Shiji. To
Mm.
everybody on the call, nice to have you on the call. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day. From wherever you are joining us, we are pleased to have you on the call on those events. We appreciate you and we appreciate the time that you are going to spend with us here. Without taking too much of our time, I will go ahead and share my screen. Please, I will need you to confirm that you can hear me, you can see my screen. So I'm sharing my screen now. Please help confirm that you can hear me and you can see my screen. So while we're doing that, okay, so you can confirm to me if you can hear me, just type in there that you can hear me. If you can see my screen, you can just give me a thumbs up to identify that you can see my screen. Thank you very much. Um, while we are doing that, I want to quickly ask us. You can drop it in the chat. For some of us on the call, please let us know the role you play in your organization. Are you part of the HR team? Are you part of the decision making team? Are you in IT? Are you in finance? Please just let us know by dropping the role that you play in your organization in the chat, and as well as your expectation from this event. We would really appreciate that. We appreciate that. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. So I want to switch to presentation mode. All right. So the event is fundamentally HR analytics, and we want to see how we can leverage on data in people's strategies. So I'll move to the next screen. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, when we say HR analytics, what are we talking about? What are we saying? I know some of us are already familiar with this, but for the sake of those who are here to learn or gain one or two things, please just permit me to quickly say one or two things about HR analytics. So HR analytics, according to Gartner Human Resources Glossary, is the collection and application of talent data to improve critical talent and business outcomes. So another word for the word HR analytics is people analytics, right? So it's not just in the office. We all are a member of a family, a group, and all that. So a lot of interactions happen between human beings, activities around us. So when we are intelligent enough with all those interactions, we'll be able to deduce, plan, take decisions, and that will also eventually affect our outcome. So, which is also applicable to us as human resource managers. So, like we said, HR analytics, which is also known as people analytics, is the collection and application of talent data to improve critical talent and business outcomes. So it also says that HR analytics leaders enable HR analytics leaders enable HR leaders to develop data-driven insights to inform talent decisions, improve workforce processes, and promote positive employee experience. So when we say HR analytics, people analytics, it's all about the values that we get from our interactions with people and the environment. So which we can say is the talent. So it's not a wrong thing if you say that HR analytics is, fundamentally talent analytics, right? And we have here that talent analytics insights helps us to, is more, it gives us insights into our interaction with people around us and even the environment. So the volume of data and metrics available for HR to report on has increased exponentially. We are all aware today that the in thing or the common language now is that data is the new oil. Data is the new oil. Yes, that is very correct. And for HR or HR managers, it's also not it's not an exception. So HR is the in thing for almost everybody, whatever field that you are, industry, regardless of the size of your organization and the rest of them. Data is the in thing. And for us as HR managers, right, the volume of data and metrics available for us or to us, right, has increased exponentially. But there is a challenge, and the challenge is that most companies are not realizing those values to the full potential, to launch the team or their organizations right into what they ought to be or where they ought to be. So most companies are not realizing the value from the analytics investment, right? So with only 21% of HR leaders believing the organizations are effective at using talent data to shape talent acquisition and recruiting strategies, and which eventually will improve their employee engagement and inform other business decisions they make. So I want to quickly share with us the types of HR analytics. The different types might be applicable to your organizations or to the role you play in your organization, and not just even in the office where you work. Might even be, applicable to you even within your family settings and the rest of them. So the first one I have on the list is the descriptive analytics. This is the most basic type of HR analytics. This involves you collecting, data, analyzing data to gain insight into past events and, make some trends out of those events, right? And it helps us to answer some questions like what really happened and why did such things or events happen. So one of the benefits of this descriptive analytics to HR team is that it gives them valuable insights into employee performance, engagement, and retention. The next one I want to quickly talk about is the diagnostic analytics from the word diagnostic, right? It takes the descriptive analytics a step further by attempting to answer some questions like why something happened. Don't forget what happened, why did those things happen. But for diagnostics, there's a problem we are trying to solve as HR managers. So the diagnostic analytics helps us to look into how to profile solutions to those kind of situations. So the type of analytics involves digging deeper into the data to identify the root causes of certain trends or events, or probably some decisions that the organization took in the past or they intend to take. So for example, if an organization employee turnover rate has increased, right? So diagnostic analytics can help HR team to identify the reason behind such trends. The next one I want to talk about is the predictive analytics that uses data to make predictions about future events or trends. Knowing what has happened in the past, right, might not suffice or might not might not help your organizations to survive the current trend, in the industry where you play, right? Being able to predict and take proactive solution steps, right, could help save a lot of issues. So this type of analytics is often used to answer questions like what is likely to happen, so that before it even happens, decisions, are already taken. And we also have what will happen if we take certain decisions. Benefits of this analytics to HR team is that it can help, the predictive analytics can be incredibly valuable for the HR team, as it allows them to anticipate potential issues and take proactive measures to address them. Then the last one is the prescriptive analytics. The prescriptive analytics is the most advanced type of HR analytics, which involves using data to make recommendations for future actions. So this type of analytics is often used to answer questions like, what should we do? What is the best course of action? One of the benefits of this analytics is that it can help HR teams to make more informed decisions about everything from hiring and onboarding to employee development and retention. We are all aware that the cost to manage employee turnover or attrition is very costly. So with all these analytics come handy, we are able to, take favorable decisions in terms of hiring, onboarding, developing your human resources, as well as retention. So we want to quickly talk about Power BI. So we've been talking about analytics and the rest of them. So there are different types of analytical tools, popular ones out there, right? We have some of them, Power BI, which we will briefly show you how to use, right? Talk about it here. The other ones, we have Tableau, we have a Quick Link, we have Zoho Analytics, Google Charts, we have Data Wrapper, Infogram, Plotly, and the rest of them. But the ones we want to quickly take a look in this session is the Power BI. Power BI is a Microsoft product. So Power BI is a Microsoft product. It is a data visualization and business intelligence tool that Microsoft developed. It allows users to turn data from different sources into interactive dashboard and reports. It is part of Microsoft Power Platform, and it provides self-service capabilities for creating dashboard, visual reports, and it also helps to share insights. It can work with cloud-based and on-premises environments. I'll be talking more about this in a few minutes. So why Power BI? Why are we looking at Power BI? Right, one of the capability, one of the reasons that we are considering Power BI is because it allow access, right? It allow access everybody depending on the privilege, assigned to you. You can access Power BI. For you to get Power BI, there are different categories of Power BI software that you can get installed. We have those that involve you paying for licenses, right, per user's license. We also have those that you buy licenses for the entire organization per heads and the rest of them. But however, right, we also have the one that is available free, which is the Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop is just more or less like an entry place for anybody that wants to start building dashboard, report, visualizations, and building analytics, right? For yourself and for the organization. So it has the capability to allow you access. It has the capability for cleaning up your data, because your data are gotten from different sources and you bringing them together. It has that capability for you to bring different data sources from different sources, different places, either on-prem, cloud, bring them together into a platform and allows you to transform or clean those data. So it has the capability to clean those data. Then it also have the capability to mash up data. Mashing up data means you merging different data from different sources into one so that you can start using it to create a report and the rest of them. Then it has capabilities for exploring those data. Exploring those data is you query, review those data and the rest of them. Transformation, you transform those data and the rest of them. Then it has capability for you to visualize those data. Visualizing those data is also one of the capabilities. Building pictorial diagrams, pictures, diagrams, visuals that we are used to with those data. Then it has the capability for you to share data with other people within your team, outside your team, and even to the management team. I want to quickly talk about the evolution of Power BI. So we have the first wave of Power BI or BI simply put. So in the early days of BI, organizations would typically have a team or person solely responsible for handling all analytical requests. You want to build dashboard, you want to build reports. So in the early days, you just have maybe one or two people or a team that are solely responsible for handling everything from the scratch to the finish, right? Request to insight for the business, right? So the challenge with this first generation, first wave BI was that of scalability. Yeah. So it was difficult to scale it up, and as well, it takes a lot of time for answers to come back to the business. So by the time the team is coming back with response or answers to questions, there are other questions already are waiting. So it's not that timely. So it was not timely. So then after the first wave was the second wave, which is like self-service BI. So the second wave solved for this lack of scalability that we just mentioned in the first wave. And not just that, it also helps to bridge the gap between the BI team and the end users, right? That people that need this report, this dashboard visualization so that they could start making informed decisions. So this was what the second wave was meant to address. So the second wave approach to BI was to get BI capabilities in the hands of analysts who understand the business and are able to support decisions with analytics or insight gotten from those data. Then the third wave, which is the end user. So with Power BI, Microsoft wants to enable everyone, including HR managers in the organization, to analyze their own data, ask salient questions, right, that will help them to run their business or businesses better. And not just that, it will also allow them to act based on the insight or information that they've gotten from those data. So HR managers or personnel that are not techie people, they can fall in these categories. That is why it is very, very key for us, at least you know or understand how to use some of those tools, right, to build visualizations, build reports. Before some of the things are happening, you can see them already. There are a lot of insight, a lot of information, there are a lot of stories that ordinary data will not be telling you as an HR managers. But however, when you're able to build analytics, you're able to build dashboard, report from them, those hidden information, activities that are happening within the HR management space and even the organization at large is brought to the fore. So we'll encourage everyone, right, to increase the knowledge or capabilities to use some of those tools. Now, Power BI experience. So on my screen, you can see, like I mentioned earlier, right? We get the data from different sources, right? The Power BI allows you to connect to different sources of data, be it in the cloud, on premises, and all that. I know that some of us are used to native Excel, data works, and the rest of them. Some of us we are used to some applications, right? So you'll be asking some questions. So how do I bring all this data together so I can gain insight, take decisions, right? That'll be favorable to the organization that you work for. Power BI has that capability. It has capability for real-time dashboards and interactive reports, right? It has the capability for natural language query. I know some of us might not really understand that, but don't worry. But just understand that it has the capability to bring different data from different sources, different background, different technology together, and act on them. You can from there transform them, create report visualizations that will be helpful to you and the organization. My team will also be showing you some of the applications that we have in our portfolio, right? That might probably be useful to your organization. So when you ask me if I have this application, if you have that application, even the application you already have existing in your infrastructure, your environment, yes, Power BI can connect to a lot of them so that you can start creating report and visualization. Some of the end product of this report and visualization can be presented on the web, on your mobile devices, your phone, you're on the go, you can see what is happening, right? You can imagine you are resuming to the office on a Monday morning and you are looking at your dashboard at events that happened in the past few days or weeks. Um, the visuals or the dashboard are already telling you what is happening within the organizations. You can take notes and you can bring it forth to the management meeting, take decisive and favorable and timely decisions. So so for those whose business can still prefer, or there are some policies around you presenting your data in Excel, yes, it supports that. It can also be presented in embedded form or format. Can also be presented in HoloLens and the rest of them, just to mention a few. So you asked me how HR analytics can benefit your organization. Some of them I've mentioned already. We have improved hiring and onboarding processes. Yeah, it better employee development based on what your visuals, the data, the analytics you are getting from your data. You are able to take informed decision on employee development, like what training is best fit for which team, which resource, and the rest of them. You can see people who are not happy about some of the policies that are being churned out by the organization. You can see people who are, doing a lot of overtime, right? Can see people responses to overtime and the rest of them. These are some of the things you can see from those dashboards, which can also benefit your organization. I also have here increased employee engagement and retention. And not lastly, but not the least, is informed and strategic decision. Now, I want to quickly show us, we've talked about Power BI, as a tool and how I can start using it to build dashboard visualizations that will give us insight and, also help us to take favorable decision for our team and the business. So before I open up my Power BI to, these are some of the things that we'll quickly step through in this next session, like connection to your data, transforming your data, doing some, metrics calculations and KPI, creating dashboard and visual reports, creating workspaces in Power BI. But please, we might not be able to, accomplish all this in one sweep. But we'll be talking to this later on as we progress in this event. Okay, so I want to quickly, take us through a short hands-on how you can use the Power BI too. All right, so I want to minimize my slide. Then I have the tool, the Power BI tool, which is the Power BI desktop. I'm going to have it opened. I'm going to flash it up right there are licensed version of the Power BI, as a tool, but we also have the free version, which is the desktop, the Power BI desktop version, which is free. But one of the major challenge with this is that you are limited to some capabilities, and one of the major capabilities is that you will not be able to share. You will not be able to share your report with some of your team members or people outside your organization. But however, like I said, is a good place to start. So I have my Power BI tool open, as you can see. So this is the work area. Your Power BI tool. This is the work area, right on my left hand side. Right, I place my cursor here. You can see your report view. By the time I start building a report, this is where you get to see your report. You can navigate to different areas of this tool. This is the table view. This is where you build model or view, and this is where you write some dash query, right, when required. Here you can see file. With file, you can pull existing reports, file that have been shared with you. You can pull some. You can also export data, some reports, and the rest of them. So I'll go back. The home tab, this is what you get to see in the home tab. You can get data, Excel workbook, one link, data hub, and the rest of them. Then you can have some insights, right? The insert tab, you can do some insert visuals, right? Composition, pagination, text box, button shapes, images, and the rest of them. And another way where you can start creating model is from this tab. You also have the view tab, optimize tab, and the help tab. But because of time, we might not be able to go too much in the detail. For some of us that are familiar with Microsoft Word, some other Microsoft tools, you see that the way they have the layout is very similar to some of others tools that we have been used to over the years. So on my right hand side, I have like different sections where we have the filter section, I have the visualization section, I also have the data section. As you can see, I do not have anything in the data section. I will show you briefly how you can use some of those too. But like I said, we might not be able to finish everything in one stroke here, but we will communicate valuable information to you, how we can make arrangements to get that across. So what I want to do quickly is add a data set to this work area. I'm aware that we have a link where we can download the data set that I will also be using for this exercise. It's going to be a brief exercise, just a way to expose you that yes, looking at the work area, you agree with me that something that you can start doing on your own, right? At least just to get started. So like I said, I want to go ahead and add my data set. So I come here for you to add data. I mentioned earlier that you can bring different data from different sources into the Power BI environment. As you can see different templates or sources of data that can be added. But let me click on the more tab. and it will fire up the screen. So there are different categories of data sources. This is where you have the all present to you, all the different data sources that you can bring in into the Power BI environment. There are a category of data set or data source that was referred to as file. These are basically flat files that you can bring in into the Power BI desktop environment. It could be in Excel workbook, CSV or text, XML, JSON, could be in folder, PDF, Packet, and some SharePoint folders. We also have another category which is database. What this one is said is that Power BI has the capability to connect to different data sources like SQL database, Access database, which is one of the traditional database. Old is been around for a while. You can also see some Oracle, IBM, MySQL, Postgres, Sybase, Teradata, SAP, and the rest of them, just to mention a few. Then we also have the in thing from Microsoft, which is the Microsoft Fabrics, for those of us who are familiar with it. Well, I will just skip this, but just to point to us that it has the capability to bring in different data sources, right? For Azure, this is talking to the cloud. You have Microsoft Cloud. These are different data sources from the cloud that you can also bring in into Power BI. Then we also have the online services and others. But for the sake of this exercise, we'll simply be working with the Excel workbook, which is the Excel file that we shared with you. So you select the source of your data set. For me, I'll select Excel workbook, then I click connect. So it's ready to pick up the data set that I want to use for this exercise. So I'll select HR data, which is the one you also have. All right, so what it's doing right now is pulling all the data from that Excel file, right? And it wants to push it into Power BI. So I want to go ahead and select the set of data that I have. Each of all this that you are seeing under this folder are the tab that you have in that Excel sheet. You can confirm. So I'll click transform data. Okay. So it opens the Power Query editor for me. What does to the Power Query editor? What it does, it allows me to clean up the data that I've just pushed in from the Excel workbook, right? So I want us to quickly step through this data that I have here. I have attrition, yeah, a column for attrition, business travel, CFH band, which is the employee age band, attrition label, right? I have the department, education field, right? Employee number, yeah, employee number, okay. I have gender, I have job role, marital status, overtime, staff who are over 18, training times last year, how many times they got trained last year. We also have some other, but you will notice something that this is where we actually supposed to have the names of the columns, but that is not what is showing. But we got to see the columns in the first row. We are seeing the columns in the first row. So because this area that we are, right, this two, the Power Query Editor is where you can transform your data, you can clean up your data. You remember the different aspects of Power BI, where we talked about access, where we talked about mashing up of data, cleaning of data, right? This is where you got to do most of them, right? So what I want to quickly do here now, because we will not be able to work with this data because the name of the column is showing as the first row. What I will simply do is I will show you the tool that can help you transform this and make the first column, the first row to become the column that we have. But before I'll do that, you can see some other tools that you can use here, right, to transform your data. But because of time, I'll just move on to where I would make the first row to become the column. For me to do that, I'll simply come to the transform area, right? And I will select use first row as headers. We have two two options there. Use first row as header, use headers as first row. From the names, that's pretty straightforward what each of the tool can do for you. But what we want to do is make the first row the header. So I'll select the first one and right, so you can see that it will transform your first row to become the the column. So there are other things you can use. You can get to check how clean your data is, right? I have this enabled already. You can see how valid each of the row, how clean each of the rows of those data that we are using. You can see 100%, 100%, 100%. We are just using this for the sake of this exercise, but most times in real life data is not always this clean, but you are expected by the time you have the technical know-how, you will be able to do all this cleaning of the data, transformation of data to suit your need. So, however, but I will move on with what we have done since from what we are seeing, data is clean. So for me to move on, I'll come to this area where I have close and apply. Then I will select close and apply, and it will return me to the work area, the Power BI work area that we saw earlier. So right now, what it's doing is cleaning up the data and is loading it in the model, and it will bring it into this work area, right? So let's give it a few seconds for it to finish that. So it's done now. So if you look at my right hand side under the data section area, yeah, you can now see the two data tabs that we saw earlier. So it has moved it here. And the next we want to start doing is, okay, we want to start creating visuals, want to start creating, dashboard reports with the data that we have here. So I'll click my work area. So you see the way Microsoft presented this, it makes it, even if you are not a techie person, yeah, you can start using these gradually on your own. And by the time you get the technical know-how, right, so you can use this to appropriately or better. So it's just you dragging the visuals that you want to make use of from this visual area into the work area. So for me, there are different visuals here. We have those that are bar chart, column chart, and the rest of them. I know some of us, we are familiar with this. So if you are somebody who is familiar with Excel, right, this is the in thing. You can switch from that your Excel and start building your dashboard, right, using Power BI, right? So for this purpose, I'll just go ahead and drag this to select it, just click on it after I've selected the work area. So it has inserted the card for me, right? The card visual for me. What I want to quickly show here is, like I said, is just you just click the area you want that to be, and click the data you want to push into that visual. I can
Mr.
move this
Sylvester, please, Mr. Sylvester, hang on. I think Mr. Ademola has a question. He's raising up his hand. Mr.
oh,
Ademola,
sorry
please,
about
you have
that.
the floor.
Sorry about that.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the call. And Sylvester, thank you for taking on this. I just wanted us to pause and find out if anyone has any questions so far. Okay, so I can see other people's hands raised. So please go
Okay.
ahead, and let's get questions so that we don't just keep talking while people are having questions.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Sam HR, we have the question, please. Let me permit you to
Okay, thank you very
talk. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Straight to the question, I really appreciate the thing. So one is this, I tried chatting up, I couldn't get us to chat up. I noticed the section is not being recorded. And you'll agree with me that Part BI is one thing that you cannot grab on the go. So I was thinking this section is being recorded for us to have a and the second suggestion is if we're going to have a good way of facilitating information, because I noticed or the presenter said something about other information, because this is actually a media area in the industry trend right now that people should pay attention to. So if we can have this section recorded, keep it hands on, that we can actually visit after now and how to get a constant information, like an up-to-date information from further growth. Just know my question for now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So the session is being recorded, and we'll share the recording after. But more importantly, I just wanted to leave you guys with a very important information. We're going to um, uh, give the first after this presentation. We're going to send you a survey to complete the session to complete on what your feedback on the session is, but you have the opportunity to get us to help you. um, uh, Two things. Number one, have a deep dive session with your team. So you need to state clearly that you're interested in having a more deep dive session. The only thing is that the only requirement is that you have to make sure that there is at least 15 people in your organization. So whether they're in HR, they're in finance, they can all come, you can all come together and we can have that deep dive session with them. Again, it's at no cost. It's just going to be a 1 day and we'll plan it, and we'll have it. So it's on a first come, first serve basis. So please take advantage of that. That's the first thing, to have a deep dive session. It has to be at least 15 people. If it's less than 15, then we're not going to be able to meet it. And once you're doing that, you have to send us the email address from your company email. And the email from the of the 15 people that will be attending, and then we'll book the session for them. In some cases we can have it face to face, a 2 to 4 hour session, and in other cases we can have it online, just like we're having it today. So that's one thing. The second thing is that, um, not for a lot of people, but for the first 5 people that indicate, um, um, with the feedback, that respond to the feedback and say that they have a specific KPI that they want us to help them visualize and create a dashboard with. We'll do that for you at zero cost. So it has to be a limited number of KPI, just one, and also the data source has to be readily available, and it must impact the entire company. So it must be a KPI that impacts the entire company, where the CEO is interested in seeing. So those are the conditions for that. So if you have that requirement, you have a need for that, you can take advantage of that. Our team will come in and help you connect the data source, create the dashboard, and do that for you at zero cost. Yeah, just one for an organization. Yeah, and just to help you make this really meaningful. Okay. Okay, so Sylvester, I think that's all the questions there are. I think you can go ahead, but from time to time, please pause and just find out if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Demola. Thank you, Samir, for your question. So I'll move on. I hope you can still see my screen. So here I was trying to show you that the visuals that you added to the work area, you can move them around. Yep, you can move them around. You can add more visuals, right? So you can see, you can also move them around. You can add pie charts, right? What I just did is because the visual I selected, right? The visual that I have the other time is still selected, and I clicked pie chart, it converted. I can switch it back. I'll select this. If I want to convert this to pie chart, I'll select it and use bar charts. So it converts it to bar chart. So what we're saying is very simple and easy to use. All you just have to do is drag and drop. So I'll just add this because of time. I'll move on to, I'll add this. This is a card visual. What I want to quickly do is add something to that visual. So you have Okay, this
Sylvester, I
is
don't think we can hear you anymore. Or am I the
okay.
only one that cannot hear him?
I can hear him. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. All
I
right,
can
thank
hear
you.
him.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear too.
We can hear him, sir. I think probably from your end.
Yes, sir. Mr. John, maybe
Mr.
you just have
Sylvester,
to, yeah, maybe
I'll call
just
you.
step out, join the session again. So I'll move on. I just want to add maybe the total number of employee. Um, so I'll select this. I'll select this. So I'm adding that data to this visual, right? Let me also add another, let me just add another visual, and let me say I want to do count by department. Okay, so let me just do, I want to do job level by employee, account of employee. So I'll add this. So let me make it, you can see this is job level by count of employee. So you want to make it more visible, you click on the focus mode, then it presents it to you in more visible manner, right? So this is the card. So just to save some time, right? I have a chart, uh, an anonymous organization data that I use in creating this chart. So basically, the data set that you have is what we've just used to create this sample chart, just to show you that it's achievable. You can add color or the CI of that organization, the brand, you can add all that. You can add some images, right? So with the desktop Power BI, you are able to create this dashboard. Because of time will not permit us for me to show you how we can do all that. So I can switch by department. This is for HR. You can see information about department. That's for HR, for R&D. Then this is for sales, right? So I'll go back. I'll go back. So this is the chart that I created. I want to quickly go to the page 2 of the chart where you see more visuals. There are different visuals that we have used here. We use all the data, just the data that we shared with you to create all those charts. But most interestingly, this is what I want to show you. Some of the human resource insight that we got from this data. This insight is just around the attrition. Some of the insights gotten from this data. So I want to take the first visual first, right? This is attrition by age band, gender, and marital status. So we have different age band, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54. Then we have those who are over 55 and those who are under 25, right? Now, what is this insight that we are getting from those data? We have people who are female and married. The attrition rate is at 92. Those who are between the age of 25 to 34, right? But for those who are divorced, the attrition rate is 45. Then for the female, we have those who are single, 80. Then for the male, still between the age range of 25 to 34, the highest attrition rate is coming from the male employee, married male employee, which is at 151. Right, for age 35 to 44, the highest attrition rate is still married male, as you can see. Married male is at 143. So as HR managers, this is telling us a lot of things, it's telling us a lot of things about our employee, right? It's giving us insight about our employee. Like we mentioned earlier, the different types of analytics, HR analytics. We have the predictive, the descriptive, and the rest of them. So it can, inform you about what is happening with your employee, and so you start taking action. So in overall, you can see that the highest attrition rate, this is 151, this is 143. If I scroll down to the last part, sorry. So if I scroll down to the last part, yeah, you can see. So the highest attrition rate is with the male who are between the age of 25 to 34 and is the married male employee, right? So we also have other here. We have others here. Attrition rate by education. We have by education field. We have people who are in life sciences. Let me bring it to in focus mode. Yeah. So attrition rate by education field. People who are in life sciences have the highest, which is about 606, followed by those who are in the medical field, followed by marketing, technical people. Then the least attrition rate is with the HR, which is at about 27. So I will move back to the chart now. Then we also have attrition rate by work-life balance. I will take it to the focus mode by work-life balance. So the work-life balance, those who are the most satisfied are the ones with 1, while the least satisfied are the 4, right? You can see people with the work-life balance survey filled by the employee. The attrition rate is with people who are almost not satisfactory, at all. They are not satisfied. This is 1 is the most satisfied, then followed by 2, 3, and 4 is the least satisfied set of employee. So we have the highest attrition rate with those who filled 3. That is telling us a lot of things as HR managers. We also have attrition rate by education level. The highest attrition rate is happening with those that have BSc degree, followed by those that have master degree, followed by those with associate degree, the high school. The least attrition rate is happening with those that have doctoral degree. Then the last on my chart here inside is attrition by distance and job level. So we have the distance, 3 category. We have the close, we have the far, we have the very close. For this data that we are looking at, you can see that the attrition rate is even happening with those that live very close, to the office, right? With the highest at 395. Yeah, those who are job level 1, right, with attrition rate of 395, and they are part of the people that stay very close to the office. So we can gain more insight from our data. If you are making use of the raw data that we share with you, you might not be able to gain a lot of this insight, but with dashboard and the rest of them, you are able to get a lot of data, right? So I will switch back to my slide. So this is where we left off, right? Then we have taken a look at the sample HR data sets and a quick insight. Then because of time, I would like to stop. Here. Like Mr. Demola had rightly said, we have an arrangement for whichever, whatever your requests are. Just what you just do is just send us a mail. And at this point, I would like to hand over back to Ayomide. Ayomide, thank you very much. Over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sylvester. It was, in fact, a very nice one. And something I just realized today is that even though I've always been saying that there is insight in data, I didn't know that there is so much insight as to this level of understanding in, what the human resource department would be, gaining, right? Let's say someone is a human resource manager. I mean, imagine so much of information that you can get just by analyzing the information that you already have, right? Like you're not going to the sky to get this information. It's right in front of you. And this thing is telling you so much of stories, but you're not even seeing it because you probably not even analyzed the data before, right? So I think that indeed this is something that I would take to other industries, other departments to see what how benefit beneficial it could be for them, right? Even though, okay, yes, I'm an HR person. After enjoying this benefit, I think I would want to engage other departments to see what they could gain in what they already have. So the offer that Mr. Demola has just dropped on the table right now is very interesting for me. I mean, just everyone who has up to at least 15 a member who he wants to train on this analytics should shoot that email. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Demola. And the second offer there was for the CEO dashboard. Basically, this dashboard is to give let's say I'm the director of the organization now, and you've attended this event and you want to bring that good news to me and saying, hey sir, data is good, but we can analyze and get more information out of it. So this, I think the offer basically is for them to see how important this analytics is, so that whenever they want to implement it over the organization, right, it will be easier for you to convince them because they have seen it work life for them, right? So in front of that man or in front of that woman, there is a dashboard that he's looking at, and he can see how things are happening in that organization. He's seeing how things are changing. Let's say you are into organizations into manufacturing, right? He can see the way things are going. Are we making progress? Are we making profit? Are we failing? Right? It's easier to make decisions, when you can actually see um, what exactly the impact you've had in the past, right? You can say, okay, if we succeeded in, let's say, in the Port Harcourt branch over the past 3 months, I think we need to put more effort or energy or resources to the people in the Abuja branch, or sorry, in the Port Harcourt branch to make sure that something like that. So I would add that to the survey, and once the survey drops, you would see the survey, and you would definitely just let us know that you're interested in that. I would add that, and just I would follow up with you and make sure that you are able to get it if you meet the criteria also. So now I'll be handing over to the the team. Give me a second. Uh, I would hand over to. Okay, I think the next thing on the agenda here is some HR solutions. Yes, I said that. So as you already know that these solutions, as we've explained to you, are beneficial. We have some other solutions that we've built over the years and we've deployed to some organizations. Just as you know who Lotus Beta is, we are system integrators. We are major partners with Microsoft, Sophos, Barracuda, Cisco, HP, IBM, or the likes of the OEMs that you know today. And all these organizations that we partner with, um, they help us to help the customers at the end of the day. Every organization, every industry we work with, education, healthcare, oil and gas, insurance, finance, every organization we work with, consulting, we find a way to make sure that we are able to build things that works for them, right? So we have just a few uh, solutions that we've built, and we just want to show you how it works. Just a few slides, just you see. So we'll have 2 3 people to just show us some major solutions that will focus on the HR people, since you guys are HR people. And please sit back, look at how important it is, see if it's something that you like. I think there might be some additional freebies to that, yeah, to make you be able to engage on it. So please, the business solution team, can you go ahead? Who goes first? Let me have that, CG.
All right. Thank you, Ayomide. So, I think Mr. Benga Fagbemi has the floor now. Mr. Fagbemi is the senior developer who manage the business solution and application team, and he's talking to us about some excellent HR solution. Mr. Benga, are you ready for us?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we're talking about solutions built, by Lotus Beta Analytics. So whenever you are looking for solutions, IT solutions, just think of Lotus Beta Analytics. It's home for solution. Whatever your processes, you have difficulty in recruitment. In fact, a lot of things. In fact, we do IT support, and which we talked about to here by Mr. Felix, who do our infrastructure and support. So we do outsourcing. For example, you don't have to worry about um your IT staff leaving. So we got you covered in that as well. You have a support contract that you sign, and just to save costs, to make work efficient, so that there won't be downtime in terms of information technology in your organization. So and also the solutions to make work easy. Imagine works jobs that or tasks that takes 3 people to do, now you are doing it in 2 hours. You're less time, and cost effective, less people to do the job. You can focus on more strategic task in the organization, rather than compiling, dragging, and presenting papers and all. So this process helps you a lot. Mr. Agbenga, we are ready for you. Please proceed to walk us through our solutions.
All right, thank you, Jibo. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be sharing my screen, so let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, Shiji, please can you confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, yeah, good afternoon again, everyone. I'll be doing a quick demo of our solutions. I'll be doing 2 demos. So the first one I'll be doing is the electronic test portal. So it's a portal you can use to conduct your interview, or you can use to take it's basically a computer-based testing platform. So you can use it to conduct your interviews, you can use it to take tests internally in your organization, or any of the process that suits this. So the electronic testing portal has 2 actors. So the actors, in the sense that two particular sets of users. So we have the HR admin, and also the users who will be taking the test. I'll call them candidates. So before I proceed with this I just want you to know that this application is not cast in stone. So if it does not fit to your process, to your workflow, we can easily customize it. It is easily customizable. You can reach out to us and we can customize it to suit your own process. All right, so I'm going to try and log in as an HR now. So this is the landing page. You log in as an HR, enter my email address and password. So it can also be integrated with your Active Directory. Success. All right, so this is the dashboard. This is the HR dashboard. So on the dashboard, you have quick links to different So here is the division. So the division in this sense is a department, and we still have quick links to job roles. So where you get to create job roles. I'm going to walk us through every one of this, and also candidates. And we have the question bank, and you have question category also. You also have the exam template. This is where you get to schedule an exam, and this is where you get to create a batch. So just like I said, they are just quick links to all of these things. So let me quickly go to the candidate management. Should you please confirm I'm audible? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Agbenga.
Thank you. All right. So on the candidates management, this is where you get to create a candidate. So you can do a bulk upload. Also, and you can just do a single upload. So when you click on this, it takes you to the form where you get to fill the form for the candidates. So you can select the batch. I'm also going to walk you through the batch process, how you create a batch also. So I'll just select just one batch here, and I'll just use my name and my email address. So the email address in this sense will be the candidate's email address and the marital status. So just like I said, it is customizable. If you want to add more information, we can easily do that for you. So years of experience, 3, and the date of birth also. And also you can upload a picture of the candidate. It's not actually compulsory. If you want to, you can do that. And if you don't want to, you can just skip and just click on submit. Yeah, are you sure you want to perform this action? He said, okay. Yeah, it's simple as that. The candidate has been created. So automatically, once the candidate has been created, the system automatically creates a user ID and a passcode for that particular candidate. So the user ID and the passcode is what the candidate will use to log into the portal. So when the candidate wants to take the test, the candidate will use the user ID and passcode. So the user ID and passcode is very, very important. Without that, the candidate would not have access to the platform. So this will also be sent via email to the candidate. That is when you schedule the candidate for an exam. The user ID and the passcode and also the exam passcode will be sent to the candidate. All right. So yeah. So this is a list of users we have on the system currently that have been created. And if you look at this, also we have the user ID and the passcode. So only the HR admin has the ability to see this user ID and passcode. So in scenarios where the candidate say, "Oh, I didn't get the email or something, I misplaced my passcode or something," the HR can actually just come to the system, get the user ID, just look for the user, then get the user ID and passcode for that person, and the person will be able to log in. So that's that on the managed candidate. So let me see what you can do on the managed candidate. Also, you can edit in a scenario. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe the email address was not correct or something. You can just edit, and you can also delete. Also, you want to delete a user, you can just delete this person off. All right. So, and also, like I said, you can also do a bulk upload. You can do a bulk upload of candidates also. So you just need to download the template. The template is pretty simple. So it's an Excel template. So the fields that are compulsory are highlighted in red. So the first name, you need to enter a first name, you also need to enter a last name, phone number, email address, sex, marital status, years of experience, and also the date of birth. So these fields are compulsory. So the ones that are not compulsory, like it's only the middle name that's not compulsory, it's highlighted in blue. So you just need to fill this in. It's very simple. Let me fill this also. Okay. So the first column is filled with sample data. Just enter this again. So select sex. So it's a drop down. Also for the marital status, also it's also a drop down. Right, so just like this, and I'm done with this. And the next thing I can just do is just to upload. Just click here, locate that file, and yeah, I need to select a batch. Sorry. So I'm upload here. As you can see, this is the data here, and you just need to submit. It's as simple as that. So the bulk upload process is also very, very seamless. Just fill in the Excel sheet, upload, select a batch, upload the Excel sheet, and just you can preview. So in case there's a mistake or something, you can actually just edit from this place also, and you can delete a particular data here also. You can just, yeah, are you sure you want to delete? Yeah, and it's no longer out there. Then you just click on submit. Once you click on submit, the user data also will be saved, and the candidate user ID and passcode will be generated. So it's a very seamless process. And also under the candidate management, we have the managed candidates, which I've shown us before. So you can get to see all candidates here. So the next part I'll be going to is the exam management. Before I go to the exam management, I don't know if there are any questions you want to ask. Okay, I'll take them as no question. Okay, so on the exam management, this is where you get to create an exam template. All right, so you create the template of the exam, the HR exam template, and you can add an exam code and also a department. Should we use project management and also the job role? Okay, and job roles created for this. Okay, I'm using business solution and front end. Yeah. So, instruction. Right. Questions. So then I can select section. So the section, I'm also going to walk you through the section. The sections are the exam sections. So let me say section A. So section A has the duration for this section is just 5 minutes. So I'm going to walk you through how you create this section also. And let me do section B. So section B also the duration is 5 minutes. So under each section, I can then select the question I want for those sections. So section A, then I can select the questions I want. So you can also filter the questions by divisions and job roles that you have created. I'll show you where you create the question also. So you can create questions for a particular division and for a particular job role. So you can filter this question based on this. And so just ignore that for now. So for section A, I'll select the questions I want, true or false. You can have multiple answers also. You can have just single answer. So the multiple answer will be questions with a checkbox where you can select multiple answer, and the single answer you can just select one, and the one with true or false you can just, it will be true or false questions here. So I'll just select 5 questions for this particular section, and I'm done. I'm going to select section B, and I'll select another 5 for this section, and yeah, it's as simple as that. Then I just click on submit. Yeah. Okay, I already have an exam code with that. So I need to change this exam code. Okay. Yeah, it's simple as that. The exam template has been created. HR exam template is right here. So you can edit and also you can delete. Okay, so you can view your exam template. I'm currently on the screen now. And this is where you get to schedule an exam. Yeah. So for the exam, I'm going to select the template I've created. So I created HR exam template. So the job role is front-end engineer, the title and the description. So you can also add maybe another instruction. Carefully. Then you can select the venue. So just select this venue. So and the total exam mark is 23. So you can add the cutoff mark. You can say the cutoff mark is 15. And you can decide if you want to shuffle the questions. So I can say true. So and also you want to, if you want to display the result to candidate also, you can say true. And if you also want to send an SMS to the candidate, I'll say false. And this is where you get to create the start date and the end date of the start time of the exam. So let's say alright. So sorry, don't mind my time. I'm using a different time zone. Okay, and the maximum start time also. So I'll configure maybe 8 o'clock. So once it is once it is beyond 8 o'clock, I will not be able to take the exam again. So for the status, I can change it to scheduled. Yeah. Next. Then I can then select the batch for this exam. So these are the users in that batch for that particular batch. So yeah, I can take off users I don't want in that batch. So I can remove this. I can remove this also. Take this off. Okay, so I just have 2 users in this batch. I'm just going to submit. So immediately this candidate will get an email that okay, you have been scheduled for an exam. Let me just open my email. All right, yeah, here is the exam information, exam invitation. Yeah. So it shows the field rule also and the type of exam I'm taking, the test center, the address, the time for the exam, and also my user ID. Like I said, the user ID will be created automatically and also the login code. And this is the passcode for my exam. And any other information you want to pass to the candidate, you have it here. Okay, you need to come with your ID card and other information here. Okay. So as the candidate, you can then go to the candidate portal and take the exam. All right. So yeah, I talked about the exam section the other time. So yeah, this is where you get to create an exam section and also had time duration. So for each section, you can say, okay, let's say, let me just use test. Can't think of any section for now. So the time, the duration is the time. Maybe you want them to spend just 10 minutes on that particular section. After 10 minutes, you should not be able to take that section again. Test. Okay. So it's as simple as that. And the section has been created. So whenever you want to create the exam template again, you can select that section. So for that section, the duration will be 10 minutes and you can add questions to those sections.
Okay, Jenga,
Okay.
because of
Yes, sir.
time, I think you need to quickly wrap up so that we can see other things. Brief.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, let me go to the question management. I don't waste your time. So this is where you get to create a question. So you select the type of question you want to create, whether it's single answer or true or false or multiple answer. Select a division and also select a job role. Like I said, you can create for a particular job role and also category for that particular exam and also the description. So you can also add the difficulty level, whether it's beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Then you enter the question here. It's simple. Just enter a question here. If you need to upload the picture, you upload the picture. Upload the picture here. And then you can then add choices. Okay, I selected true or false, so yeah, true. I can add the mark as 0, and it's correct, true. Then you can add another option, which is false, and the mark can be 1. So this is where you get to configure all those things. And the okay, this should be sorry, be true, and why this should be false. Okay, you just need to select it again. Then you can create the new one true and it's correct is false. So it's as simple as that. So the same thing you want to do for single answer, then you then add your options. You add your options here and you add the marks for that particular question. So it's as simple as that. That's how you create a question. And also you can do a bulk upload of questions, just like you can do for candidates. You can do for questions also. So you can download the template for true or false. So if you want to create a true or false question, you can download the template. And also for multiple, you can download the template and you just select where they fall, the category they fall into, upload. It's as simple as that. And upload and submit. Okay, so another one is the question category. And this is where you create a category for a question and also you assign it to a particular division. And then reports. This is where you get to see reports. So this is where you get to see shortlisted candidates. Shortlisted candidates are the candidates that actually passed that met up with the cutoff mark you added for that particular exam. So you can filter also by their job role and also by exam template, and you can just generate and you get to see a list of those candidates. And you can also download as CSV also. So for all of the reports I've been showing you, you can also export them as CSV also. So this that's for the reports. So you have reports for all candidates, performance analysis. So you also have a chart there that shows more information. So you get to see those who passed and those who failed also, and sections by duration and score distribution. So all of this information, you get to see them, and also you can filter can do a filter also. So based on the kind of information you want to see. Let me go to the supervision. Yeah. So for the supervision, this is where you get to see candidates that are logging. So immediately they are taking the test, you can see those who are logged in. So currently no one is taking the test, so no one is logged in. There are no information to see. So what you just see is the user ID, candidate name, and also the password. And scheduled exam also. So you get to see exams are scheduled. So I just have one exam scheduled currently. So and it's still within the time window. Once it is past the time window, I won't see this exam again. And then you get to manage exam message. So this is where you get to send maybe messages to the candidate. Maybe before the exam, you want a message to come in. Maybe 5 minutes into the exam, you want to send a particular message, or 10 minutes into the exam, or 5 minutes before the end of the exam, you want to send a scheduled message. So you get to configure. You can select the template, the message title, the time, maybe 5 minutes after the exam, or 2 minutes, or 1 minute after the exam, and the message you want to send. You will configure this. Once the candidate is taking the exam, you set it for 1 minute. Once it's 1 minute, they get to see that message you sent. All right, let me go to the system administration. This is where you get to configure divisions. So all divisions are configurable. Same thing with job roles. They are all configurable. The venues also are configurable. Batches, the batch is also configurable, and admins of the system are also configurable. Same thing with the audit trail. So audit trail, you get to see everything happening on the system. So this is what just happened. I created a new candidate, a new exam was also created, and other information. So general settings. Sorry, I have to rush through these things. So general settings, on the general settings, this is where you get to create maybe an email template. So your email template, what you want once you schedule an exam, the kind of information you want them to see. So this is where you get to configure it. And also SMS template also.
All right, thank you, Benga. Can you please just go to the next solution we want to talk about? I think they get the grasp of what this is about, please. Let's go
Okay.
to the next solution.
All right. So let me quickly run to the attendance management. Sorry, in a minute. Teams is blocking.
Okay, Benga, don't let us try and go through a full demo. Just a high point. What does it do? How does it work? Very quick and dirty. That's all.
Okay, all right. So attendance management system, basically it's used to track your employees, to track and monitor your employees' attendance. So on this particular application, we have two methods of authentication. So your employees can sign in whether with their face or with their QR code. So if you're, like I said in the previous demo, also it is also highly customizable. So in case you don't want face, you want another mode of authentication, you can also integrate that into this platform. So this is pretty straightforward. Before an employee has access to this, they have to sign up. So the sign up process also is pretty straightforward. You just need to enter your first name, last name, email address, and the location. So the location is for scenarios where you have multiple branches. So you have a branch in Lagos, you have another one in Abuja or in Port Harcourt. So you can create those branches there also. And employees tied to those branches just need to select their branch. After that, they'll be asked to take a picture, and once they take the picture, in this sense, is to train the AI model that's going to recognize them. So after doing that, they get their QR code, and also they'll be able to sign in with their face. Let me go back. So to clock in, you just need to select whether you want to use your face or your QR code. So if you're going to use your face, you need to enter your email address. So the email address we added here is just for a secondary level of authentication for scenarios where you have people who have striking resemblance. So the email address is just a secondary level of authentication. So you enter your email address and you'll be asked to take a picture. Once you take a picture, you submit, and that's pretty everything. Let me just quickly run through that process. Enter my email address. You have to take a picture, but I can't sign it currently because I'm configured for Lagos office. So okay, then clocking successful. I think I changed my location for the demo. So same process if you want to do clock out also, you can clock out with your face or with your QR code. And for the HR admin gets to see all this information. Let me quickly run us through the dashboard also. Okay, so this is the HR dashboard. You get to see total number of users, total check-in, total checkout, late check-in, early checkout, overtime, and also absent staff. So you get to see the reports here. So this is the report, and those who checked in, you can see the check-in time and also the checkout time. And you can see today's report. So this is the report for today, and this is the time I checked in. So I'm here to check out. So once I check out, to also update that. So you can see all other information, absent report, those who did not sign in at all. So here's the information here. And also late reports, those who sign in late. I'm sure I also signed in late here. So I signed in late also. So you can configure all of this information. You can configure your clock-in window, your opening time 8 o'clock, and your closing time also, and also your clock-in window. So anyone that clocks in by 8:16, the person is automatically marked as late also. So the same thing with your clock out window. So you can also configure your location, like this application as geofencing. So you can configure your location. So for each branches, like I said, you can create a multiple branch. For each branches, you can configure the latitude and longitude. So you don't need to know the latitude and longitude of your office. Once you are in that particular branch, that particular location, you want to get the latitude and longitude, you just need to click on this button, use the current latitude and longitude, and it should get that information for you automatically. Then you can then add your radius, how many meters within the premises you want them to be able to clock in, maybe 50 meters or 100 meters. You add that here and you save. It's as simple as that. And also you can configure the authentication mode also. So you can configure the QR code and location. If you want to enforce that location, you can configure. So currently it's disabled. Yes, that was why I was able to sign in. So it's disabled. And also, if you don't want to use face, also you can disable the face and just use QR code. So that's basically everything about the attendance. So I don't know if there's any question before I hand over back to
Right. So Benga, one of the things that you mentioned is, the geofencing, and one of the ways to use this would be for HR consultants that we have here. If they have people who report at customer sites,
Mhm.
who are doing outsourcing, and you need to get their attendance, once you grab the GPS location of that location, that site where they need to be, maybe they are cleaners, they are sweepers, they are tech people, whatever. Once you use the phone to grab it, then they can also use their phone to mark their attendance once they are there, and
Yes.
sign off from there. You don't need to install anything there. Just make sure that they have a smartphone, and then they go to the URL and they can access the solution from there. So it's ubiquitous. Just also wanted to take the time to say to the guys, the consultants, the HR consultants that are here, that we also have another solution. It's called USafe. It's a onboarding solution, or it's a mini training slash onboarding solution. So let's say you are introducing some new thing to people in the organization, or let's say you want to help people to understand, what's it called, how important security practices is, or best practice is. We can help you develop short 3 minute videos that they can easily watch from their phone, and then they will answer questions very easily, um, right there on their phone, and they will get a certificate. Very simple. It's not for, we don't, this is not our leading training solution. It's, because today everybody is on the go, people are at home, working from home, and all of that. So, but this solution helps you to create short videos, which you can create yourself, or you can ask us to create it for you for a fee. And the content can be published on your SharePoint online. Now, this is very important because this means that you're not buying any license, you're not purchasing any software. We just hang it on your SharePoint online, which you already have. So if you already have Office 365, you can take advantage of this. You're not paying it for anything, and we just hang it there, and then you can use it to drive content and drive adoption of certain best practice or some kind of way that you want people to learn how to do something. So it could be customer service. So you
Hello,
know
can
you just
anybody still
define
hear
customer
Mr.
service.
Demola?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can hear Mr. Demola. I can hear Mr. Demola.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So you just define the customer service training topics, and then either yourself or us, we can help you create the videos for it, and then boom, bingo, you're using it instantly. We'll integrate it for you, and we'll deploy it into your environment. Now, your staffs, do they need anything? They don't need anything. All they need to do is have Teams, have a username and password on Office 365, and then they have Teams installed on their phones, tablets, laptops, and what have you. And they can access the application from anywhere at any time securely. So it's a very good tool for helping you drive new culture, a new way of behaving with short, simple videos that will help them get cracking. So therefore, for all of you that attended, if you answer the survey that Ayomide is going to send, you are going to get the USafe deployed for you for 1 year for free. So what you're getting is the USafe with the current content that we have there. We have some content in there for cybersecurity awareness. Yeah. So we're giving you that for free. We're not charging you anything, just deploy it for you. Just make the request and it will be deployed and integrated into your teams. The only condition that we have is that you must have more than 50 users in your Office 365 environment. You must be 50 plus users in your organization. Okay. This is a second offer that I'm making, or a third offer that I'm making today. That's going to supposed to help you. So it's for all of you. The only condition is that you have to be 50 plus users in your organization. All right. I don't know. Let me hand over back to CG if anybody has any questions or comments. I'm sure we're about to call it a day. We've had you for quite a while.
Okay, so the floor is open for questions. So before we still have like 1 minute presentation from one of our team as well. But please, do you have any questions? So the survey is in the chat box now. Please, if you can just click on it, take the survey, whatever you need here is there, whatever you question, what is there. So Mr. Felix, are you ready for us?
All right. Yes, I am.
Please proceed to share your screen. So the survey is in the chat box, please. Just take about 1 minute for you to answer it, please. We are always at your service to receive any request. No question is stupid. Please ask us anything. We do quite a lot in the IT space. Please always reach out to us solutions, trainings, IT trainings and all. Please, we are always at your always at your service to talk to you about it. We have Ayomide. Also, I will drop my email address in the chat box. I work in the HR department of Lotus Bhutan. Ayomide works in the marketing department. So please, if you have anything, please feel free to reach out to us. Please, thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll just take you through a summary of what we do, or the different solutions we have at the IT and infrastructure department. It's actually IT and support. So for the IT infrastructure, we have our cloud computing and software as a service solution, which include Microsoft 365 for your productivity tool, so you can send emails, so you can edit Word documents, make analysis with your Excel documents. We also have Vim. Should you have a need for backup, you have Vim and Barracuda. You also have Quest. These are tools you can use for your backup solutions. If you intend doing a migration from any of email services, we can assist you with that too. We also do server management, and it includes virtualizations. We do data center services. If you need someone to manage or help you with creating your data centers, we can do that for you. We can do network design and implementation. If you have a need of any network design or the implementation itself. We also do AI and machine learning. We also do Internet of Things. What is important is this. I think this should be very important to you as HROs partners. So the key solutions for our support includes help desk solution. Should you need help desk solution, we can help you get the right representative that suits your business need. We also do caller support. Should you have a breakdown or any form of support is needed on site, you can just give us a call and we'll be there to assist with the service. We also have on-site support. You need someone to be available at any point in time so that your staffs can get supported when they have little or manageable IT needs. So we can provide you a staff that can be on site 24/7 based on your need. Okay, we also have remote monitoring and management. Should we need someone to be monitoring and managing your infrastructure so that to avoid breakdown and other disaster activities, we can offer you that service. We do vendor management. Should you need a third party that could help you procure tools and instruments in your offices, we can help you with that. We have the best vendor attached to us. So should you have a need or you are wondering how you can get a tool or device, you can always reach out to us and we'll be able to assist you with that. We have training and education. Should you want to train your staffs on any part of IT, we can offer that service. And we also do disaster recovery. Should you have a breakdown of your service, you can just give us a call and we can help you manage the solution. We also have IT consultation. In case you don't know how to go about your IT needs, you can reach out to us and we provide that service for you too. So while we're providing this service, so this is the benefit of all of the service we just highlighted. We can improve your efficiency. We can reduce costs. We can help you with making better decisions. This will help your staff to be more productive and help your firm to be competitive. And then you can always regulate what your staff shares out and inside. So you can regulate and do your compliance activities with all of the services we are offering to you. So that is all for the IT and infrastructure. CG? Don't know if there's any question.
All right, so that's it about our IT and infrastructure. We're always there. You don't need to worry about support, and we're always there to handle that support for you. If you need, either you need it on site or off site, we are there for you. Just at affordable prices. Everything. If you need to buy work computers in your company, printers and all, or somebody to set up this printer, internet printer, no, we can't do that for you. So the HR department needs all these things to be more efficient. So if we're managing documents too as well, we have this in stock for all of us. That's why I said, if you need solution, please, Lotus Vita Analytics is there for you always. For HR professionals, you cannot but use technology, or else it will take you years to do this thing. Please, always. So, and the service is we're still in the chat box. We have our emails in the chat box. If you have any questions, any requesting for the deep dive, the survey is there for you. Also, there are a lot of offers that we put in place now for the benefit of organizations. Please, it's on basis of first come, first serve. Please try and be fast with it with your request. Mr. Hadimon, I don't know if Mr. Zona is still on the call. Do you have anything to tell us again? Or is anybody here, part of the attendees, that has any question? Please feel free to ask your questions. There is no stupid question here. We are open to receive all questions, please. So count 1 to 5 if there is no hands raised. Okay, somebody's raising up his hands. So, everybody? Nobody wants to. Okay, I think we are clear enough. Most people are requesting for the slide. I am will work on that to get the slide across. So thank you so much for your time, everyone. Thank the team of Lotus with Analytics, Mr. Sylvester, the data and AI team, Mr. Benga, the business solution team, Mr. Felix. Thank you so much. I will thank HR across board from MTN, from real estate companies that has joined. We hope will be of great advantage. Our relationship will lead productivity across board to beneficial to you and to us as well. So please let's try and make the world a better place through technology. Thank you so much for your time. Mzolo MC, Mzolo MC is the HR manager of Lotus Analytics. She's there on the call. I don't know if she has anything to tell us. Because probably she's busy with other things. So thank you everyone for your time. For people who are joining late, we started earlier, started since 12, and we might not meet the good part of it. Unless, of course, subsequently we might have something like this again. Please endeavor to join as fast as possible. So thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much, Suji. Thank you, everyone, for speaking. Everyone who has facilitated, I appreciate. And if you were just joining, endeavor to fill the survey and just let us know that you need the recording, please. If you need the recording, let us know. If you also want to engage in the analytics training, which was indicated earlier by Mr. Demo, like you can also fill the form and let's just get you indicate that interest, because I can't reach back to you if you did not inform me properly of how we take care of you. The slide, please let me also know that you need the slide in the survey. So thank you very much and do enjoy the rest of your day. Please, if you were just joining now, you probably have missed 98% of everything that's been said. So just fill the survey form and you can skip every other thing. Just let me know that you need the recording or you need the training again, so I can help work things around you with your organization. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please, everyone that needs the recording, I can see what you're dropping in the chat, but I can't reach back to you because this is a virtual call, right? When you fill the form, I'll be able to get the email that I can respond to you via, or you can send me a direct email. Either which one works. If you do not want to fill the survey, you can send me a direct email and I'll get back to you. Thank you once again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.